Here I have my first subscriber requested video. Malcolm Price left a comment on my Dumb and Dumber 2 trailer analysis saying, since you like Jim Carrey, do a top 5 of your favourite Jim Carrey films, smiley face. Alright then, I will. Don't you feel special? Jim Carrey's like comedy Marmite. Some people can't stand him in his rubber face acting, and others love his physical humour and childlike whirlwind energy. I'm the guy that has a fart noise in every one of my videos, so take a guess which category I'm in. Starting off at number 5 is Liar Liar. I'm not sure how this works around the world, but in Glasgow there's a certain magical time of every school kid's year where you'll go to class and you'll see one of these bad boys getting wheeled in, and you'll know that for the next hour or so you're going to be watching a beat up VHS of one of 3 films: Liar Liar, Little Nicky, or Happy Gilmore. I'm not sure why the budget only stretched to 3 cassettes for the entire school, but it does mean that I've watched the start of Liar Liar about 17 times, and the ending maybe 3 times. It's not Jim Carrey at his best or his funniest, but it brings back good memories. At number 4, The Truman Show. When The Truman Show came out in '98, I think it was a departure from the madcap dynamic roles the audiences knew him for. It's not his only time in a more dramatic over comedic role. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is kind of always cited as one of his better performances, but for me, The Truman Show is a better movie. It tells the story of a man whose entire life is a reality TV show. His whole world is in this giant bubble and his life is recorded 24/7, which sounds absurd, but as time goes on and real TV shows get more and more insane, this just gets more and more believable. We live in a world where a reality TV star is a legitimate presidential candidate. In the UK we have this show called Sex Box, which I've obviously not watched because my IQ is not in the single digits. But it is literally a TV show where people have sex in a box. No, that is actually a thing. If that is the kind of thing that does make it through multiple stages of approval, at what point is somebody going to watch The Truman Show and be like, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. Ace Ventura, and I'm also including Ace Ventura 2, but not Ace Ventura Jr. because, well, obviously, it's probably Carrey's most outlandish performance. If this was a list of top 5 funniest Jim Carrey performances, it would be right up there at the top. This is easily his most Carrey-esque role, right down to the hair and costume design. Ace Ventura the character is just insane, and Carrey plays it with glee. I mean, is there literally anyone else that could have played that character to the same effect? I, to this day, still can't watch the mental hospital scene without cracking up, and I have no idea how the other actors in that scene were able to keep a straight face. My friends must hate this though, as I still can't park a car without shouting, I can't laugh. Number 2, The Mask. The Mask is the movie that introduced me to Jim Carrey, and is also the movie that introduced the world to Cameron Diaz, as this was her first movie role. This is the perfect vehicle for Jim Carrey, both as an actor and as a comedic performer, and if you're not a fan of Carrey's antics, this is the one for you, as he literally plays 2 roles. By day he's Stanley Ipkiss, a quiet, timid guy that spends his time watching cartoons, and by night he's the Mask, a character so Jim Carrey it literally saved the special effects department money because they didn't have to digitally enhance his expressions. I absolutely love this film. I can watch it any day, any mood, and it'll immediately take me back to being super young and watching it for the first time. It might not be everyone's favourite, but it was a delight for a kid that watched way too many Looney Tunes and Tex Avery cartoons. The jokes still work, the special effects still hold up, and the casting is perfect across the board, right down to the dog. Just try not to think about how Cameron Diaz is attracted to a guy with bright green skin and teeth so big and white he's probably at risk of getting poached. Number 1, Dumb and Dumber. The big one, genuinely one of the funniest films of all time. Dumb and Dumber will always be one of my favourite movies. When this opened at the top of the US box office in 1994, it made Jim Carrey the first actor to have 3 movies open at number 1 in the same year, with the others being The Mask and Ace Ventura. That's right, the last 3 films I've talked about all opened in the same year. Somebody had a good 94. The pairing of Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels is one of the definitive comedy partnerships, expertly bouncing off each other and ad-libbing some of the best lines in the movie, which is all the more remarkable when you know that Jeff Daniels almost wasn't cast at all. The studio apparently hated the decision to cast him, even with the insistence of Jim Carrey and the Farrelly brothers that he was the right man for the role. In order to get him to say no, the studio intentionally lowballed him on his pay. Jim Carrey get paid $7 million, Jeff Daniels got $50,000. Luckily, he accepted immediately without even trying to renegotiate, and a comedy classic was born. Look, I could go on forever about the various laugh out loud moments in this movie and what it does right and wrong, but honestly, I think it's best summed up with this. Thanks very much for watching my top 5 Jim Carrey movies. If you like this video, please give it a share, as that helps so much. You might also be interested in my top 5 Tom Hanks movies or some of my latest reviews. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you next time.
Like a glass